I touch that 5 for you. I do that 3 more times again.
I mean, I can still use it for something, but yeah, like it's gonna be like. We are here. We are here now, so we about to go inside. Mia's nervous.
I'm not nervous.
But not nervous. It's a bunch of people outside, and she like freaking out. So she's trying to find somebody to call to be distracted. But it's still early, so her friends are still asleep because they don't start school until next week. You ready?
I'm not ready.
Child, freshman year.
Oh, wow. I woke you up, bro. It's all these people out there. Come on, man. It's autumn.
Who did?
Sky.
Oh.
I needed somebody to call.
Alright, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. So I just dropped Nia off, y'all. It's official. I have a freshman, a high schooler, 9th grade, y'all. Okay, 9th grade. She was so nervous for going in because, you know, she's a new student. She don't really know nobody. She just found out that another kid that went to her old school got transferred there as well. So she was trying to look for him, but he was already inside the building because they had to stand in line to go inside. They make the kids lock their phones, like any electronics in like this little pouch thing. That's called a yonder, and it locks. And they have to unlock it at the end of the day. That helps avoid to keep the drama away, like people calling up their cousins, aunties, uncles for a situation. It helps with distractions with social media and everything. So they lock everything up all day. Okay, Nia is sick. So, but yeah, so I just dropped her off, y'all. It's here. This is crazy. She's really in high school. Really in high school. So it's just me and Noni. I'm about to take her to school because she don't really have to be there till 9:30. So she was rocked out earlier. So I said, why not? She can ride with us. That way I could just drop her off because I'm working from home today. That way I could be around for Nia in case I need to pick her up from school. So, and Nori's school is not that far from the house. So on the way back to the house, I can drop her off. But it's trusting people too, trusting new people, because you just never know. You know, especially when everybody, especially when you have people who's been closest to you has been the ones who bore the most pain or trust issues, you know, then it's trying to learn to trust new people too. You just never know. So it's trying to meet new people, trying to network, and also protect your peace at all costs. Just always being aware and stuff like that. But, you know, and I think that also held me back a lot of times with meeting new people. It's because just always thinking about well, what ifs, or what if they don't like me because, you know, that judgmental stuff. So, but when you get into a space where you truly just do not care, you show it for yourself, and this is what makes me happy, or I don't care what you think about me and yourself that much because you just don't care. That doesn't have nothing to do with you. It's not going to make you or break you or change your happiness because you are responsible for your own happiness. Why do I care? You know, so people just be feeling too entitled to your to everything, to your life, to your personal space, your space, your energy, your time. Yes, I'm not saying it's not good to share time with people and your friends and your family and your significant other, but I'm just saying people just feel entitled to it. After a while, when you just seriously show up for everybody else, you just forget sometimes to show up for yourself and just do the little things that make you happy, you know. So that's why it's important to do self-care days, because we can get wrapped up with everyday life and forget to show up for ourselves because we working and maybe we got kids or school, and you know, it's hard trying to keep balance of things when you got so many going on, so much stuff going on your plate, you know. Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome and thank you for joining. And to the ones that's been tapping in with your girl, y'all already know, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you do not know me, my name is Brittany Ashton, or you can call me Brittany or Britt, whichever is fine with me. Yes, so today is the second day of school for Nia. I just dropped her off. It was a little behind today, but it was okay because it was a line still out the door because they have to go through the whole process of getting your bags checked and everything and putting your phones in a yonder pouch and stuff. So it's 8:30. It's Wednesday, August the 30th. I have to go into the office today, but I have a half a day in the office because Nori gets out early today from school. So I'm about to drop her off, even though her school is near the house. I'll let her ride with us. That way, by the time I get back towards where she needs to be dropped off at, she's like kind of fully awake because she can be a little bit grumpy in the morning. And my job is not that far from my house or her school, so I don't mind dropping her off and then going to work because I'm only like 10 minutes away. So that's that. So day 2, it is raining, like I say all the time. Every time I get on here with y'all, it's like it rains a lot, but it really don't rain a lot. That's the thing. It rains a lot on here with y'all, but it don't even rain a lot. It rained often. It rained enough this summer, but still. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I don't know if I'm starting my vlog over. I don't know if I'm going to just put the other clips, or I don't know if I'm going to include the other clips or not. So I just wanted to just start a fresh video just in case, and everything and what's not. If you did not watch my last vlog already, it is up. I had kind of like went through the process, or I kind of talked through my experience with the whole Section 8 thing of me getting my voucher and everything. I told part of my story time. So yeah, if you did not already watch that vlog, go and watch it. I had put some informative information, or I included some informative information in that video. So yeah, check me out. So anyway, regret getting a voucher? I do, because I feel like the only reason why, I'm not gonna say the only reason why, I felt like with me getting a voucher, I felt like it'll be very beneficial for me and my kids, because at the time, like I said, I was already in the process of trying to look for a spot for us to move, but rent is ridiculously high. So one, I did not want to rush my process because we was fine where we was at. It's just that we was looking for more space and storage. So I did not want to rush the process. And then secondly, it was kind of hard to find not only an affordable home that I can pay the rent at. It was also hard to try to find a house that it was kind of hard to find a house that fit most of our amenities as far as what we was looking for, because at my other place, you know, we had central air, we had washer and dryer, we had a dishwasher. Even though I don't use the dishwasher often, I do have that as an option to use. I had private parking, I had ongoing maintenance, anything that ever went, I had that. Every year we get an every year we get an exterminator to come to our property and, you know, go through and just lay stuff down, spray stuff down, check to see if anybody got any bed bugs. Like, they was very thorough with making sure that their property was up kept and everything. Rushing, but when I got the voucher, I felt like it was an opportunity for me to move and kind of possibly find what I really want. But that wasn't the case, because one, they only give you 30 days to find a spot. Once you get your voucher, you only get 30 days to find somewhere to move to. But with this go round, when we got our voucher, they gave us the they automatically gave us the extension. So instead of having 30 days, I did get 90 days, which was 3 months to try to find somewhere to move to, which is really not a lot of time, because trying to find somewhere to move to it takes time, you know, and then you don't want to rush that process. So I did get the extension, but because I'm always like proactive and always trying to stay ahead of the game, I was already searching for houses anyway. So I kind of already had a few options to go off of, and everyone that we went to go see did not meet the criteria as far as what we was looking for. One of the houses that we went to go see, the pictures was like really good, new floors, stainless steel appliances, beautiful backyard, room seemed like it was alright, and it was a 3-story home. When we went to go see it in person, the rooms were small, the hallways was like really narrow, so it would have been hard to try to get furniture up and down the steps, and we have big furniture. And then on top of that, one of the bedrooms is where the girls was going to be in, had an attic. So the attic stairs was in one of the kids' bedrooms, which I did not like. And then on top of that, inside the attic, it was where the water tank was at. So you mean to tell me not only is the attic is on top of one of my kids' heads, the ladder would have been directly like over her head because it was like nowhere else to put the bed at. And then you telling me the water tank is above her? I didn't like that because anything could possibly go wrong. And it's like, no, that would just put my child in danger. So I just didn't like that. And then in the basement, the lady who owned the property, she was honest and transparent. And she said that every time it rains, the basement does flood because it had one of those back in the day trap doors. So she said she tried everything in her power, as she claimed, to try to seal it up as much as she can, and it just did not work. So every time when it rains, when it snows, any water, anything will come through and it'll kind of flood the basement. So I didn't like that. So I'm like, yeah, for the amount of the rent that these people was asking for, I just think that like a lot of this stuff should be tightened up. So I passed on that. Then I went to go see another property, I believe. I only seen, like, yeah, I did. I went to go see another property, but this was for a 5-bedroom voucher, and I have a 4-bedroom voucher. However, I still went to go see it. I did like their house. Everything kind of like checked off, like as far as the amenities, the appliances she's put in there, the floors, everything looked good. It's just that, again, those rooms was like even more, much more smaller. It was teeny tiny. And they made the basement into 2 bedrooms, so that's how it came to a 5-bedroom house, because they made the basement, they split the basement room into 2 rooms, and they made that even more smaller. So you know, and then like the back door led out to the alleyway, which was fine with me, but I just didn't like that back door. It just didn't look secured enough for me. And at the time, if my son was going to be in the basement with that back door like that, I just didn't feel secured enough. So I still probably would have figured it out on how to like make that door like you know, much more secure, if anything, because I would have got a security system anyway, which I already have. But still, the rooms was like teeny tiny, and only had a 4-bedroom voucher, so either way I wasn't gonna be able to get it anyway. And then the next house we went to go see, which is the house I'm in now, which was cool. Like from the eye, it looked cool, but like now that I'm in and settled into the home, like I'm noticing like a lot of like shortcuts that he did on his property, like a lot of it, and that just don't make me happy, because during the process of getting my voucher, after I did my briefing, because like I said, I was already being proactive with finding a home, so I already had reached out to him to kind of like get a head start on the process, because, you know, I had to do the application, I had to do a questionnaire of his. Like he had like a tight screening, which was cool with me, because that just shows me that you don't want anybody in your property, which means that you kind of like care about your property, but that's not always the case. So I kind of already started that process with him. So by the time I got out of my briefing, I already had an idea of where I wanted to go. So I had reached out to my caseworker, letting him know like, hey, I found the property, this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. So they can start their portion of things, because a lot of things have to go on in the behind the scenes before you get that yay. So once you find a house, then it has to go through an inspection status. So before you can even get the approval on that home. So during that time, the landlord was suggesting that I go ahead and put my letter in of my current property, letting my landlord know that I'm in the process of moving, so I can go ahead and close out my lease, which I did. Everything that I did, I just felt like I did prematurely, because I was going off of the landlord, because, you know, I'm thinking like, you know, he knows this process better than I do, so I'm gonna just go ahead and follow his lead, because it's a lot of paperwork behind the scenes when it comes to Section 8 when getting a property. You know, not only do you sign your lease, but you gotta sign a lease version of another lease version for Section 8. You know, so you sign 2 separate leases. It's like a lot of paperwork. So I just felt like I did everything prematurely, because I put in my my vacant thing to my landlord where I was at now, letting them know that when's going to be my last day at the property, making sure everything was paid up, etc., etc. But I felt like I shouldn't have did that so soon, because honestly I felt rushed during this process, because once my current property accepted my letter, I just felt like that's when everything just hit the fan for me, and it was like too late to turn back. But then again, I felt like if I would have had like an open conversation on where I was at currently, I think they would have worked with me. But in my mind at the time, I'm thinking it was already too late. But I just really wish that I could have just did things a little bit differently. Like looking back on things, I kind of see where I went wrong as far as like my mistakes. And I just know like next time, now that I kind of see what this process is like, I won't do that again. Like put everything in so early in advance when I'm not really officially approved for the home just yet, because I wasn't even really approved for this house just yet, because I didn't even know that I have to go do an inspection status, blah blah blah. Like I found that out during briefing. But like I said, by that time, I already kind of like started the process with this landlord, thinking because he knew this process better than I did, and I was in good hands, I was going to be okay, because, you know, he kind of gave me that insurance, the reinsurance during the process of doing my screening, because just like how he has listed questions, I had my list of questions. It's always good to ask questions when you move into a home, because this is where you're going to be living at. This is where you lay your head at. You want to make sure they're going to be comfortable and everything. So you want to make sure they got your best interest, just as well as they want to make sure that the tenant's going to have their best interest as far as their property. So looking back on things, I won't do that again. Like put everything in so in advance without knowing 100% sure or not feeling 100% secure when it comes to me moving, because once you sign your name on the lease, that's it. You in a contract, you can't really break it. So but everything just felt so rushed. So during the inspection, that took about like a week or whatever, and then once I got approved for that, then it goes to a negotiation status, and that's where like the landlord negotiate the rent to Section 8 as far as how much he's asking for the property and how much they're going to be willing to pay for their property as far as Section 8. So originally the property that I'm at, the landlord had listed it for $2,400 for rent. Now, granted, in my opinion, the house is nowhere near worth $2,400. The reason why he asked for that, because he felt like he put in a lot of money into the house, which was bullshit. And the area is alright. Like, you know, it's not that bad, but it has went downhill over the years compared to what it used to be back in the day. So because he had asked for $2,400 originally, Section 8 had told, they basically denied him. They was like, listen, we're not paying that. Did the comps in the area. This is what we got. We'll give you this. Because he wasn't happy with it, he denied that, and then it got to a point where Section 8 and the landlord was going back and forth in the negotiation status. This went on, no lie, y'all, this went on for almost a month. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now I'm going to the landlord, I'm like, you know, I understand that, you know, you want your money's worth for this property, A, B, and C. But it's like, they was kind of putting me in a bind, because the more money you ask for, the higher my rent is going to be. And I already had put in my termination of my current property on that lease. So it's like, I don't want to, I'm kind of feel like I'm stuck. I'm about to be tied into something that I really can't afford on a house that I just feel like that's not worth of what you're asking for. And I just felt like they don't put the tenants in consideration as far as how we feel about the process, because everything is a money maker. They want to make the landlords as happy as possible, because that's business for them. They don't want to lose out on that business, as well as the landlord don't want to lose out on any money. They don't want to walk away and leave the money off the table. I get all of that, but at the same time, the landlords are going to be the main one that's going to bitch and complain if we don't pay our rent on time. So it's like, is either you price this rent somewhere reasonable, or you're going to get greedy and ask for more money and then leave me stuck and struggling. And what happened? He still pretty much got what he wanted, and it left me to where, as here it is now, I'm struggling to make sure that my rent is paid not only on time, but every time. So I'm like, so you mean to tell me to quit my job just so that way I can afford my housing? It's never that serious for me. Like, no, but people do that though. People will literally quit their job just so that way they won't lose their housing. And I think that's just insane to me. Like, for you to feel like you have to do that to keep your housing so you won't be on the streets, it's crazy to me. I just think that it's so unfair. So the guy was like, well, at least you know, if something was to ever happen with your finances, if you was to lose your job, or if your income was to decrease, just know that your rent will fluctuate and it'll adjust to what you can afford. So like, that's the only pro I felt like to this program. Was like, if I was to lose my job, because how the economy is nowadays, like layoffs and minimum wage is just horrible, and like even when you make some okay money like myself, it's still not enough to support a whole family. Like, just to know that if I was to lose my job, I do know that my rent would be 100% covered. However, at the same time, it's like, why do it have to be or have to get to that point in order for me to feel like I can afford or stay above my means as far as my living situation? I just think that it is completely unfair, and I don't like that. So it's designed instead of for people to get comfortable or to remain and stay stuck in low poverty, because it's like if you make a certain amount of money, they kick you off the program. So it's like you still have to watch your income, because if you still go over the threshold, they will even decrease your voucher, or they will increase your rent, or they'll just terminate it altogether depending on how much you make as far as your new income. If somebody was to move out, they'll decrease your voucher. So it's like any little thing you can just lose or get your voucher terminated. And I do not like that, because this is people's livelihood. And again, we still have to pay our rent just like anybody else. So to sit there and threaten my lease or all of that, I just would have just gave my voucher to where I was currently staying at, because they also took vouchers, and just would have just stayed there until I felt like I found a property that was more suitable for me and my kids, because I did not want to rush this process. And in the end, I felt like my process was really rushed, just because the landlord just wanted the money. You know, he gassed me. You know, he kind of gaslighted me into the situation, and it was like by the time I realized what was going on, it was just too late, and I couldn't turn back. Even though I felt like I could have still talked to my current property owners, but it's too late. And then where I was at previously, it wasn't through a private landlord, it was through an association. So the private landlord is a lot different than dealing with a bigger organization, because they have more money on the table, they not as frugal with their money, and their rules is like a little bit different than a private landlord, because it's like they give you more privacy. It's your home. As long as you pay your rent on time, you're not destroying the property, you know, they're okay with it. Like versus a private landlord, because they put their own hard-earned money into these properties, they want to bitch and complain over the smallest things. I like to live in my house freely. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to worry about no rodents. I did my own exterminator people when I first went to the property, which was a total waste of money, because they didn't do absolutely nothing. So, and then like he want to charge a pet fee. His pet fees is crazy to me. So my last place, they did charge a pet fee, but they wasn't even on your neck about it. Like, I had a cat, they didn't care. So even though it was in our lease about a pet fee, they did not make it a big deal. And if you had like a big dog, that's different. But other than that, like, they did not charge us extra money, you know. So this whole experience and this whole process, if I could rate it from a 1 to 10, I'll give it a -0. And that's not even a number. That's not even a number. You know, I'm just trying to stay optimistic about the whole situation. I'm trying to be careful with my income. And it's crazy because, like, I had another job offer. I had to, like, plan differently, you know. So it was like I had to, like, make sure I got money to the side. So in case if I have to relocate, I got first month, last but security deposit, you know, because I cannot bank on keeping this voucher, because I don't plan to stay stuck. You know, I don't, like, most of these properties is not in great condition, you know. So it was like, I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I'm living in a Section 8 home. I don't want to be treated as such either. So that's that. So at this point, I'm just rambling because I was driving as I'm taking Nori to school.
We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. The room when you're not here. I'm saying, nobody do body like you do. I can't lose. What's wrong with you?
So we got some grapes. She loves McDonald's barbecue sauce. I got her tangerine. And we got some nuggets in the oven. It's currently 7:30, so I'm about to get her up and wash real fast. I'm gonna put this in the fridge since it has the grapes in there while we wait on her nuggets. I'll come back in a few minutes and check on her. So let me put some more juices in the fridge.
She gotta be there at 9. Takes us about like 30 minutes, give or take, to get there because of traffic. We're not far from there, but it's traffic. So I got her nuggets instead, and I felt
figured that's a little lighter anyway than eating burger sliders. And just pack her up some snacks like her grapes, her orange. She got chips. Pack her chips in her bag. And that's that. So while those are cooking, I'm going to get her dressed because I already washed her up yesterday. Last night. Because I already knew we was going to have to get up early. So. Alright, real fast, I'm going to show you what I packed for Nori. I did record it on my phone, but I don't have no storage, y'all. And like my phone be cutting off. It's so bad. Like I have to, like at this point, like I have to upgrade my phone. I still have the iPhone 11, and you know I tried to hold on to it as long as I could, but because what time is it? It's 8:55. We gotta be there at 9. We got her chips right here. Two of these. I packed her some juices. Nori just got into this phase where she just always want to drink juice and not enough water. So we not, you know. I got her some cookies. She loves Oreos. She only like to eat inside the cookie nuggets. We got oranges and we got grapes. And she like McDonald's barbecue sauce. So I have some extras in my drawer in the kitchen. So we packed that. And I put a paper towel underneath so that way it can kind of absorb the moisture of the nuggets. So that way it won't be soggy because it's still hot.
Get you home by a decent time. Wait, your bed, you can sleep in mine. Yeah, let's make it happen, girl. I need some time. Speaking of time, who stopped it? That's the feeling that I get when we lock lips. I got the weed at the crib and the liquor too. I f your soul, I release in your spiritual. I be your muse, bring your easel and pencils too. Here you go, you try to get it with them bitches. You can ride on me just like you ride the elliptical. She said I'm tired of this.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Somebody's always going to have something to say, whether it's negative or positive. So I'd rather somebody to say, I changed, and to say, they still the same. They still in the same type of time. Like, no. And then from 10 to 11 is the jazz. But for whoever that's not doing the jazz, they just have like an hour break. And they can watch TV, they can eat their snacks, they can just pretty much just chill. So I think I'm going to just do that instead. That way she won't feel so burnt out. And she'll have a little bit more energy to, you know, just have a good Saturday instead of just leaving her Saturday away. Another thing too, I'm trying to break her out of that habit of feeling so attached to me, which I love. Like, she's so close to me, but because it's like she's the youngest of all of her siblings, she's like the only child, she's just so attached to me. And I can't, like, she cannot go nowhere without me. She can't do nothing without me. Because, you know, I'm her security blanket. You know, I'm her mommy. So, this is new. So, I'm leaving her, like, outside of school. Like, she's, you know, she has no choice but to go to school. Of course, she's used to that. But outside of that, she don't go nowhere else without me. So, just learning to not always have that attachment is making her learn how to be more independent on her own, you know, especially she's getting bigger now. So yeah, y'all, it's a transition for the both of us in a good way too. Don't drop the camera.
Alright, I'm about to vlog right now. I'm about to go downstairs, okay guys? Fine. Yes. Yes, Mom. Yeah.
I don't want you to drop it.
I'm not going to drop it. Let's grab board.
And it's about to die. Let me see. Alright, tell them bye.
Okay, I gotta go by. The camera's about to die.
Thank you.
And since you know the camera's about to die, and And I'm back with another day. So, do you ever watch Little Mermaid? Yeah. Little Mermaid, a day away. Little Mermaid, away, away. Little Mermaid.
So, welcome back. Today is Thursday. Today is, hold on y'all. Today is September the 21st. I just got my brakes changed finally. From the last few vlogs I've been talking about, I've been having to get my brakes changed. I got the back ones done first because they were more, so I just wanted to get that taken care of and out the way. And now finally I got my front brakes changed. That is done. And the next thing on my list for my car, I have to put it in the shop because I honestly believe that it needs a tune-up. And then after that, the last thing on my list is, well, two more things on my list is I have to get my bumper fixed before it like get worse over time. And then I also need an inspection, y'all. I'm so overdue for inspection. I think my stickers expired last year of March. Yeah, so I'm riding around here. But either or, the brakes is finally done. I feel so much better driving because riding around on bad brakes is not good. And then it was squeaking. It was just like, yeah. So that is done. Now I'm on my way back home or whatever. And for the ones who do not know, I work from home Thursdays and Fridays. I love working from home because I feel like I'm more productive when I'm home. I feel like I can get more things done during the week, as far as like any business or whatever, like personal things or needs for myself, instead of waiting for the weekends or whatever. And plus, you only get 48 hours to yourself the weekend. And me, because I'm the mom that's always on the go, my weekends is not really my weekends for me because between cheer, dance, and everything else in between, I don't really have any downtime. So I get a lot of things done during the week while the kids is in school. I can like have time to myself, you know, just give me a chance to like woosah or whatever. And on top of that, like my classes have started back up. It gives me time to like do homework. I can focus. I don't have to rush. I can read without getting interrupted. So I love working from home. But anyway, y'all, how y'all been? I miss talking to y'all. I'm supposed to be getting like a bonus by October, no later than November. But I don't want to talk about it just yet until that money is deposited into my account. And I don't want to start spending money that I do not have. You get what I'm saying? Because then I will get myself mad if I don't get it. So I do plan on upgrading my phone when I get my bonus. Like that's going to be like one of the things that I want to do for myself. A lot of it, a big chunk of it is going to go into my savings. But I do want to get my phone upgraded. Depending on whatever else I need for my car, get that taken care of. Get the girls some stuff. And I want to book, I think I want to book our trip ahead of time, like now while I have the money, and get the girls' passports. So that's like the top priority things that I want to take care of. And then like put a large of it in my savings. And my bills, majority of my bills is pretty much like, you know, where it needs to be at is current. I'm not really behind on any of my bills, which is good because I hate having to catch up. So I need to pay my credit card down too. I'm gonna do that as well. You make me so. Just
Fresh fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you. And you're in the mood for empathy, there's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good game home is sorry. They say conversation.
Oh my goodness.
Take your time. Say good morning.
Good morning.
8:15.
You okay, Edges?
She said, are you okay, Edges? It is pouring outside, y'all. It's gonna rain all weekend, all week up until Monday. I believe it's coming down.
Yeah.
I went to Wawa's to get her a sandwich real fast for dance class. Just like last time, we got, let me show y'all. I don't want to spill it, but we got, can y'all see the oranges? We got some grapes.
Yeah.
And I had asked them if they can cut her sandwich into 4s, so it'd be easier for me to put in the container. And plus, she liked to eat her sandwich like this. So, number 1.
I don't want it wet though.
You don't want it wet, I know.
Better put the grapes in there. Hey, get out my nuts to my sandwich stand.
Got another one right here.
Yep.
I don't think they gonna fit. How about just the 2?
One more.
One more. It's going. I'm gonna have to smash it.
Smash it.
Yeah, cause look at it. It's not gonna. The lid not gonna fit. See? It's not closing.
Do you need help?
Oh, I should have grabbed another net.
But we have some in here.
I'm trying to close this container.
But you can't even do it. Guys, this. And whatever.
We did it.
Ooh.
She got her sandwich. She got grapes. There y'all go. Grapes and oranges. Watch out. Alright, now we are on our way. This is trash.
Whoa.
Alright, Tashawn, sit down in your seat. Alright, y'all.
Mommy, one of my dance school friends, one of my dance school friends, you bring them tablet in.
No, it's no tablets or phones allowed.
Well, one of my friends,
She's trying to ask for a tablet to bring in school, but I'll check on that. But all right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Say bye. Woo, y'all. This is rain. It is crazy out here. But anyway, I dropped Nori off. 3rd weekend of dance class. They said she does so good. She listens. She just, you know, she's a fast learner. They said she is well advanced, but she loves to dance. Like, she love to dance. So this was like up her alley. This was so perfect for her. So I just dropped her off. Of course, I had to sneak away because she, you know, be expecting me to sit and stay, but she be in class. So she'll see me when she get out or whatever. That's my baby. Back to school night was yesterday for Nuri's school. Of course. For his good reports. I don't have no issues with Nori. She's not a problematic child. She's very sweet, kind, she's friendly, she's sociable, she's energetic. It's this like beginner starter kit that I got on my wish list I want to order. And I still have to order my chain replacement for my brother's urn necklace. Because the one that I did order, the hoop thing, it was too small for it to go through his urn thing that I wear around my neck. So I've been meaning to like order a new one. I think I found the chain that matches to the one that I had originally. So yeah, I want to order some lashes. I want to order my chain. And there's something else I need to get off of Amazon, I believe. I gotta look. I got so much stuff on my wish list. I wish I had the money to just cash out on everything. Like, it just, like Amazon, Shein, even on TikTok shop, like all of that is like having me on the chokehold. It's so much stuff that I want to get with no money to spend. Creative, like when I was younger, like I had so much like creativity, and the older that I got, like I just blocked myself from it, you know what I mean, from just having like that self-doubt that I can't do it, or just being so afraid of judgment. But I was so creative and had so many different ideas back then. I wish I would have stuck to it. Wish I just stuck to my creativity side. So I've been like trying to like really tap into that, like, you know, just not overthink things, just let it flow and don't self-doubt myself, because every time when I think I can't do something or I think something is not in. Saturday, of course, y'all already know when I come on here to talk to y'all, it's always raining, which is crazy. I swear to you, it's not like this in Philly. It's like, don't rain every single day. Like, we have days where it's like nice without rain. It's just that. It's just that. How like when I come on here, it is raining. So I do need to get my car cleaned too, which I'm gonna do tomorrow while Nee's in practice too. A car wash, something simple. But I need like a deep, I keep saying it and don't get it done, but I need a deep, thorough interior clean too. Yo, I'm just trying to get my life in order one day at a time, okay? I'm just a girl. I'm just little me, you know? Just little me. Oop, he ran a red light. It's not broken, I don't think, but I'm gonna go too. It'll turn green. Yeah, so I'm gonna just get me I should have just did that while I was there. I wasn't thinking, but I'm gonna just get me a tuna sandwich from Wawa. Nia's still asleep, so I ain't gotta worry about her right now. She probably won't wake up until later on this afternoon, especially because it's raining. You know, that weather hit different when you sleep. Like, you don't get up until a little later because you just be like so in the zone, in a deep sleep. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm driving. Like I always say, don't do what I do. Do not vlog and drive at the same time, y'all. Do not do that. Especially when I don't have a stand. I still don't have a stand. I know, y'all. Again, I'm just a girl. One day at a time, one day at a time, one thing at a time. And I'm out. So I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe.